Hey guys! I know it's been a long time again, but I'm back for another vlog. I just really, having a hard time coming up with topics this summer and also having a hard time with motivation this summer. So, it's a lose-lose, but here you go, another video. I know, I'm so sorry, I try and I fail. That's the story of my life. But I'm gonna talk about more failures today. Yes, today we're talking about fad failures, and yeah, we're just, all fads are failures, are they not? Because they don't last more than a decade usually. And they're usually very sad items, whether it be clothing or toys or, yeah. So, I don't even know. I think the only reason I'm making this video is because fidget spinners have become the bane of my existence, so here we have it. A pretty late video, seeing as they're probably already going out of fashion. So I feel like when I was a kid, fads were a lot cooler and that they lasted a lot longer. And I think the reason for this big change is that the internet now is in full swing and people use it often. And so things go fast. Like, you see them and they're gone the next day, and I mean, opinions fly around a lot faster. I think it just speeds everything up, and especially with fads. They're going by at the blink of an eye nowadays, so I don't even, keep up with them, but then, huge ones will hit, like fidget spinners, and it's like, why? And so, I guess I'm mostly going to be talking about toys fads, because I'm not fashion guru. As you can tell, I'm always wearing t-shirts. Some people try, I don't. So we're talking about toys today, guys, and yeah, fad toys when I was a kid were, so bomb, okay? So here we go. I'm just going to talk about them for a little while because, yeah, they are way cooler than fidget spinners, guys. Things used to actually be quality when they were fads. So the first fad that I really got into were Tamagotchis, and I know all 90s children with me will remember, our favorite toy from, 2nd and 3rd grade. Oh my gosh, those things were bomb. And I don't even know why. They're just these stupid little creatures that would go around and, but recess, you'd be going around, you'd be breeding them with everybody else and trying to hatch eggs and stuff. Those were the best ever until you had to buy new batteries because they were the expensive little round batteries. And parents probably got mad about that, but it was, it was a fad. It was a moneymaker, and they didn't last for more than maybe 5 years max. It was early 2000s for a few years they lasted, and then they were gone. And yeah, I think it was mostly 3rd grade for me. After that, they were pretty much phased out. It did not last long, but they were so fun and simple, and they did their job as a fad. I congratulate the person who came up with Tamagotchis, little pets in your pocket that are actually just little pixels on a screen. Yay. Talking about pets that are pixels on a screen, my next fad I'm going to talk about is Webkinz. Now, they still sell these in stores, which surprises me because I'm pretty sure the fad is about over. They were huge, all through my elementary years, which still only span about a decade, so they did go out of style, and which makes them a fad. But, whoever came up with the idea of making your stuffed animals come to life, bro, I was so on board with that. And it took my mom a while to, get into that. But I have over 10 Webkinz because I wanted the 10 Webkin bonus, where you get, a super special item for it. So, yeah, I have a lot. And I still have the stuffed animals. They were quality stuffed animals. For a fad, they put a lot of effort into it. There was so many games, and it was just, one of the best computer programs to play back then. Who doesn't love having a pet online that actually you own in real life, too? Whoa. This is the coolest thing ever, and I'm really sad. They started getting kind of weird and adding too much and trying to push it and then making VIP members where you could pay extra because it's all about the money. Especially with fads, it's all about the money, and I think that's really what helped phase them out, as they were just making things less simple. In the simple early days of Webkinz, it was a beautiful program. Beautiful. I really liked Webkinz growing up. I made friends on there. Yeah, that was my thing. And then we start going downhill. I don't know what happened. Back in the days of Webkinz and Tamagotchis, the internet was still pretty young. What was it, 2008 before Facebook came around? I don't know. But social media really wasn't a thing much until the later of the first 10 of the 2000s. So I don't think fads really got recognition. It was just like stupid little free flash games and stuff back then. Everything wasn't about information. And now that the world is about information through the internet, like people vlogging and social media and all that, fads just go like that. And I think the first fad that came around that went really fast was also because it was really cheap, was silly bands. Now, if you remember these things, they came out, I don't know when, I was like in 7th grade or something, so I was a little old for the idea of rubber bands shaped like things. Like, most of the ones I had were animal ones, because, yeah, animals, like, who doesn't like animals as a kid? But, I mean, I guess there was, like, items and stuff, too, but, like, who thought that that was a good idea? Like, kids would go to school with, like, their arms just coated in rainbow rubber bands that looked really weird, kind of like, I don't know, twisted and stuff, because they were shapes when you pulled them off, but when they were on your arm, they looked so stupid. I don't even know why they were a thing, and why I had any is, like, a shock to me. Like, why did my mom let me spend, like, $10 on rubber bands? I mean, it was so dumb. So, yeah, that was the first, I feel, of toy fads that really turned things in a not-so-great route. And then from there on, fads just, they go so fast. Then, nowadays, we get the fidget spinner this summer. Isn't that wonderful? A little piece of metal that will spin in your hand. Has, like, nobody ever figured out a better idea. Like, who was sitting there and was like, yeah, let's make this a thing? And I know how it started out. It started out as an object for people who have issues with focusing, like kids like with ADHD and stuff, which is a great idea for them, but the fact that it became mainstream and kids are walking around with like 5 of them in their pocket and just flipping them around wherever they go, like, that's not helping people who need to focus. That's making money for some company selling cheap stuff for really expensive. I'm so mad at fidget spinners. We sell them at my store. I work retail as my actual job off YouTube because I don't do YouTube for a living. And, like, we sell them at my store for, like, $10, and you can get them online for, like, nothing, I swear. And you would not believe how many parents come in and actually buy them from a actual store for their children, like, and they'll talk about how their kids have, like, 20 at home, and, oh, I shouldn't buy another one. Here, ring me up. Like, what are you doing? You are wasting your money. And, like, there's all those stories about how some of them have lead in them, and some of them fall apart, and people choke and die on them, and I'm like, why are they in your mouth? Like, these are just the worst fad I've ever seen in my life, I swear, as far as toys go. I could talk clothing and I could go on for much longer, but, like, who... Ugh. And, like, they came out with those, like, little fidget cubes, like, last spring. So those were, like, the predecessor to the fidget spinners. And I thought those were actually maybe even better because there was, like, different options. Like, you could flip switches or press buttons or roll a little ball. There was, like, every side of the cube had something different to do. Way cooler than a fidget spinner. Why did the fidget spinner take off? Probably because that cube actually helped people who had problems, and the spinner is just mainstream now. That's so sad. And they're really, really pathetic, guys. I'm sorry if you have one and if you actually like it, but I prefer seeing the jokes about them than people using them thinking that they're using them for real, because they're a fad and they need to go. And I bet they will go, like, probably at the end of the summer they'll be gone, because fads nowadays really don't last, so thank God for that, because fads nowadays aren't worth lasting. Ugh, oh my gosh, like, why fidget spinners? Thanks for watching my video. I don't know, I don't like fads in general. I liked them a lot more when I was a kid, when they were cool, and nowadays they're just not even cool. Like, people think they're cool, but they're not. Really, like, if you had the choice between a Tamagotchi or a fidget spinner, I would take the Tamagotchi every time. I don't know about you, so maybe we need to rethink what we're doing with fads, or maybe it's all just making the money, which I can understand. Make that money. Everybody wants to make money, so... Yep, so I'll see you around. I don't know when I'll make another vlog, but I'll try. I'll really try.